Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Bangladesh goes to the polls in its most competitive election since 2009, following the ouster of former PM Sheikh Hasina. Hasina's Awami League is banned, leaving the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, and a Jamaat-led coalition in a close race. Generation Z, making up about a quarter of voters, is playing a decisive role, with young activists driving political engagement. Analysts say the outcome will also shape regional influence as China's role grows and India's wanes. Polls show corruption, inflation, and economic concerns top voters' priorities, while BNP remains the frontrunner. Jamaat's coalition, bolstered by Gen Z allies, could still make a strong showing. Hong Kong media tycoon and pro-democracy advocate Jimmy Lai, 78, was sentenced Monday to 20 years in prison for national security violations, including collusion with foreign forces and publishing seditious materials. Authorities called Lai the mastermind behind conspiracies involving Apple Daily staff and foreign contacts. 6 former staffers and activists also received 6 to 10-year sentences. Global leaders and human rights groups condemned the ruling as a severe blow to press freedom, with Lai's frail health raising concerns over his safety in prison. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, won a historic supermajority in vote, paving the way for her promised tax cuts and stimulus measures. Takaichi plans to suspend the 8% food sales tax for 2 years to ease living costs, a move that has rattled financial markets amid Japan's record debt. Investors have pushed down the yen and sold government bonds over funding uncertainties. Analysts say the victory strengthens Takaichi's hand against fiscal hawks in her party. She is expected to hold a post-election press conference Monday, outlining the next steps for her expansionary agenda. Brenton Tarrant, the white supremacist who killed 51 worshippers in Christchurch mosques in 2019, tells New Zealand court that harsh prison conditions impaired his mental health, making him unfit to plead guilty. The 35-year-old appeared via video link in Wellington, seeking to overturn his guilty pleas to 51 murder charges, 40 attempted murder counts, and 1 terrorism charge. The Court of Appeal will assess whether his imprisonment affected his ability to make rational decisions. Tarrant is serving life without parole, the first such sentence in New Zealand. Families of victims expressed frustration over the appeal process, calling it a waste of time and resources. The appeal hearing is expected to last 5 days, with a later hearing planned if his pleas are overturned. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says there is no option but to negotiate with the United States, even as tensions remain high over Tehran's nuclear program. Speaking in Tehran, Araghchi said Iran is ready to address concerns and build trust, but insists no country has the right to dictate its nuclear choices. His remarks come a day after he warned that Iran would strike US bases in the region if attacked by American forces. President Trump has said the next round of indirect nuclear talks could take place early next week, following a US military buildup in the region. Iran says it wants recognition of its right to enrich uranium, while rejecting demands to curb its missile program, which it says would leave the country exposed to attack. United States President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are due to meet next week in Washington to discuss issues linked to Iran. The Israeli Prime Minister's office has confirmed that Benjamin Netanyahu will meet President Trump in Washington on Wednesday. Both Trump and Netanyahu to discuss the negotiations between the United States and Iran, including concerns related to Tehran's ballistic missile program. Meanwhile, Italy will not join US President Donald Trump's proposed Board of Peace, Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani said on Saturday, citing insurmountable constitutional barriers. The initiative was announced by Trump at the World Economic Forum in Davos in January, with 19 countries signing its founding charter. However, Italy's constitution prevents the country from becoming part of an organization led by a single foreign leader.
Ukraine's Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha says a final peace deal with Russia will require a face-to-face meeting between the two leaders, and that only President Donald Trump can make that happen. Sybiha said most issues are settled, but land and security must be decided at the top level. Kiev wants to move fast as Washington pushes to end the war before summer. Meanwhile, President Trump has again claimed American elections are rigged and a global laughingstock. In a post on Truth Social, he demanded strict voting rules under a proposed Save America Act, including mandatory voter ID and limits on mail-in ballots. Democrats have accused Trump of trying to nationalize elections and vow to block the move. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.